So the skies are clear, the sun is out, but don't be deceived. There's a big-time nip in the air on this crisp autumn day at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. At their own 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And getting this just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now Stafford. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it second down. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd and short. You talk about this Rams defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Cameron Kitchens. And the Rams are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Stafford. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Here's Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0.
Next to score, Eagles 7, Rams nothing. Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
2nd and 5.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Stafford. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. You look at this Eagle defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that, very nearly a second interception of this first quarter. He's been really loose with the football, and that's going to need to change as this game moves along.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Stafford. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And the catches for him, they just keep piling up. Charles, that's now 1,031 catches for his career. Ties him with Steve Smith.
And he plays the game the same way Steve did, with pride, with determination, some would say with anger. And that edge has given him the ability to catch 1,031 passes.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
It's a turnover on downs.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Here's Hurts to throw. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
It's now
Well, anytime he reads
10.
man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Taking it about the 16. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Rams are going offense here for the 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Vaughn on 1st and 10. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A run with Vaughn out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 59 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Stafford. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
But it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Hurts looking to change the play. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Stafford's pass intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold off through the contact. Brings up second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Hurts going to keep it running right. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. 73. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
That's good for the Eagles. 1st down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Second down and goal. Hurts. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Danny Gray, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Wk4, one of those big body wide receivers who can leave you in the dust if you guess wrong on a route. First team All-Pro last season, 129 catches, and when the Rams wanted to throw the football, they looked for him first.
Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the 1st down.
Now it's Stafford. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
1st down.
Stafford now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Vaughn. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jihad Campbell.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley,
his 12th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0.
Eagles 21, Rams nothing.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Jihad Campbell.
Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
And Hurts going to move him around.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Justin Jefferson.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Andrew McCabe. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Elliott now to kick this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Los Angeles.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here's Stafford.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
Now a timeout taken.
It's a gain of 5.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd and 5.
Throwing again is Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stafford now to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 39 that time. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Vaughn again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try to surge ahead with Vaughn.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
They snap it to Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown.
Davante Adams. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit.
Rams 8.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Now he's into the clear again. Saquon Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
1st down, Rams.
Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Week 1. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long.
To throw is Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. It's Barkley on the counter. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Touchdown, Rams.
Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Gray going to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
There he goes, left side. Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 60 yards. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 12. And the Rams first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They weren't running RPOs when this quarterback first entered the league, but his adaptability is one of the reasons he has stuck around for as long as he has. He hasn't just learned to run these more modern plays. He's put in the extra work to excel at them.
Adams the man in motion right. Now Stafford. Washington's got it. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Malik Washington, 37 yards. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
The Rams will line up for the two-point conversion.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive.
There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Devontae Smith,
75 yards.
And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Again, a run with Vaughn.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
out of the gun. It's a give to Vaughn. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They'll try the air now with Stafford.
They'll set up the screen to Vaughn.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, L.A.
Puka Nacua.
30 yards.
And the Rams are able to at least get one score back. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche. All right, maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit, because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them. Not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
That's good for the Eagles.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what? They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
He's still on his feet.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there, didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe
they
saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now Hurts changing up the play. On 3rd down, Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on to get back to practice in the next couple of days.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Vaughn on the handoff. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Calling a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. A handoff to Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And that play stopped behind the line by a corner. Trent McDuffie getting in there. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it done today.
You call it an 8-yard pickup, but it'll be 3rd down.
A gain of 8 makes it 3rd and 6.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were really helped by